we stand in front of very crucial. We can say every portion is crucial, but definitely when we come to the second book of Bereshit, which has to deal with the ability of humanity as a whole, or it's the leaders or the pathfinders of its representative. How can they start the journey back to return to the, I would say, to the model or to the template of their emanation, the way they were emanated, the way that they actually fulfill the image of the Creator, meaning they fulfill the image of the Creator in them. So they were emanated like this, and through creation and through the needed process, we arrive to a point that all the ecologies of the world and facilities within it, which is Shirot and processes of different Tzimtzum Aleph, Tzimtzum Bet, the break, the echo in the spirits of the state of the way that the world were formed and the purpose by which they were formed. So the book of Shmot, the book of names, which is to do with that which is the purpose of human, of Adam, is to name the purpose and meaning of the intention of the Creator, meaning to give it form, to give it vessels that can actually express it, or be it, become it, I would say. So this is basically some sort of a meeting point between the Creator as the one, I'm speaking about the portion of Vayera, if it was not clear so far. So it's a meeting point between a declaration of the plan or the intention of the Creator as a giver of the promise. Okay? It's not only the promise that was given to the patriarchs or the forefathers and mothers, but it is the promise that was given through them to the whole of creation, or in that respect to spiritual consciousness, which we call human history or human evolution. Okay, so it's a meeting point between the promise and the beginning of the ability to fulfill it. Okay, the ability to fulfill it, it's starting from below. Okay, so actually, God is being sort of revealing itself through speech, which is part of the revelation of the book of Shmot, or one can say the Exodus from Egypt, or the Exodus of Egypt. The big plan was to free the speech, but not to free our speech. It's to free the union between the voice and speech, meaning the voice in terms of the qualities and the presence of the higher, with its ability to actualize itself through speech. It means that human speech will be a name or address, yeah, of the thought of creation. Like a speech is the dress of the thought, and human speech should be the dress of the thought of the creator. And it starts here. It starts as though I've been the creator is saying to Moses in the beginning, I have appeared or revealed myself fully to the patriarchs. But what was able to be perceived is to do with the extension of creation, and it's called I appeared to them, or I revealed myself to them by the name of El Shaddai. El Shaddai is sort of a union between grace and as a quality and as sphira, and actually the base is sod. Okay, but it has to do with that everything that was given to us in creation, one can say in nature, in our nature, and in the nature of the ecology that we live in, is enough. It's enough for us to develop. It's enough for us to come to the realization of who actually gave us this present. Okay, and it's as well, one can say, a restriction that the creator put upon himself, saying up to here, meaning a restriction of the extension of the light, definitely of the light of wisdom, which is saying that this restriction that the higher is putting upon itself, which usually with the expression of it is we meet it or we feel it through Bina, is to say that to put restriction is not to cancel the presence of the vessel, meaning one can say that the creator extended himself to the point that it still leaves a free choice for humanity or for the vessel or the consciousness, yeah, to choose, to sort itself out through choosing. Because if it would extend fully, it would cancel completely the presence of that which we call self. Okay, so this were up till now, up till this moment of coming into Egypt, extending oneself into the hub and the kingdom of the will to receive to oneself, and actually sorting out through Pharaoh and through the Egyptian, definitely through Pharaoh, the beginning of a new name, which is the name of Havaya, which speaks about fulfillment, the process of fulfillment of the promise to humanity through whoever will wish to go out of the restriction that the Creator had put upon himself in order to allow the choice. Okay, so one can say that the restriction is lifted, but there were ties that need to be broken. So the whole conversation with Pharaoh actually suggests a very deep and fundamental questions, which we live, or which it is still burning till today. What is, or what can be, or can there be any connection between spirituality and corporality? Because they they're actually in not only in opposition, but actually in a live fire dispute, because it was given, there was power given to the will to receive, or to the creation itself, to actually, one can say, choose and find its way through two oppositions, which is reason and faith. It's not that faith is not reason, but you can say it's between human reason and the creator's reason. Okay, so for us, the higher reason, or the reason of the wisdom, and the reason of the higher is on faith. Yeah, but we can sort of bargain or sort of find our way inside the reasoning of the will to receive to oneself. So it's it's a clash of worlds. But the revelation of this is actually to start to free humanity from the shackles of creation, of the will to receive to oneself. This is why it should have been the exodus of all human consciousness, which was at that time Egypt. And it ended, like in the world, with basically it suggests that this is, at this point in the book of Shmot, what is starting is the ability to reform, or to come back, yeah? to return, as you manage to return to, I can say, to the state, and to, as I said, to the image that we were emanated and created from and with. Okay, we were created from earth, but with the breath of the creator. Okay, so this is basically what we're facing, and this is why it is a very sort of crucial point of sorting out and finding what can be the bridge between those two oppositions, and what are the conditions of the working together, if at all.